Hey everybody. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty dark in here. Sorry about that. I haven't had much time to do any live streams, do too many videos lately. So I'm just hopping on here right now. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. Thursday. I'll wait till a few people show up. Somebody saying hi. How you doing? Lily Taylor. How you doing? Just driving home right now. Hey, how's it going? Ooh, better slow down. Doing 38 and a 30, or 38 and a 40. 38 and a 35. Can anybody tell I'm tired right now? Jeez. Alright, there's a few people here. I guess I can go ahead and start. Alan Reynolds, how you doing? Yeah, I'm doing okay right now. I've been a little under the weather the last few days. Been sick. Alright, a few people are here. Right on. Hey, everybody that's here, how you doing? I never announce my live streams. I just do them when I can now. Been really busy. I'm not going to be able to speak very well right now. I am so tired. I'm literally sick and tired. I've been working non-stop for a long time. When I was going through the worst part of my targeting, I would do anything I could to just stay in the house, so I didn't have to go deal with all this stuff. And I realized I don't need to be stuck in my house for the rest of my life and just running to the post office and the grocery store the rest of my life. So I decided I was going to go out and do a few things, and a lot has changed. Let's see, what can I update everybody with? Okay, so the people that have been following my videos, following my progress, what I've been trying to do, I bought my piece of property in West Virginia, real cheap. Sold everything that I have in my house, almost everything. We still have our beds, we have a TV, some furniture, but really all the nice stuff I've collected over the last 15 years. You know, all of my antique treasure hunting, all my really nice furniture that I've acquired, my artwork. And I had enough money from that to move to West Virginia and just live on my piece of property and try to start things over. And a bunch of stuff happened. Going through, as some of you know, I'm on probation. Going through the probation process, requesting to move out of the state. I didn't know you had to request to move, but I guess it makes sense if you're on probation in one area and they're making money off of you for your probation. They don't want you to leave and go to another area where somebody else would make money off of you. So you have to fill out this request. You have to pay $300 to fill out a form to have it sent. Yes, this is live. Fill out a form, have them process that form, and from what I was told, it takes 2 to 3 months to go through. So one of the things that transpired while I was going through the court process over the 1 year and 8 months that I was going through the through the court process. When I signed my plea deal, after I requested to go to trial so I could file a motion to compel for exculpatory evidence to prove my case, I was denied that request and basically forced to sign a plea deal. Looking back now, after more research, I think I could have just said, no, I'm not signing it, and go forward from there. But I didn't have very good guidance with a public defender. So when I signed that plea deal, I asked to read the documents in court before I signed those, and they had an electronic signature box. Like when I owned my insurance company, when we did life insurance policies, people would sign the electronic signature box. I would let them, I'd print out the forms, they could read through the forms, I'd go over everything with them, and then they sign that box. So when I was told that I had to sign this thing, I said I need to read what I'm signing before I sign it. I don't want to just sign this thing. And they said, no, you've got to, the way the computer works, you have to sign, and then it'll print the documents out. We can't print them out until you sign it. I thought, that's not how it should work. How would anybody want to sign something without reading it first? And right before that, the judge told me, I asked him, I made a point of this, I said, if I sign this, will I be demanded to take a psychological evaluation? Because I know how that's going to turn out if I tell the truth about this targeting. You know, it's set up and designed around the Minnesota multi-phase inventory, where if you say, yeah, people are following me, I tell you you're automatically delusional, even though millions of people are complaining about this. There's former CIA and FBI agents, whistleblowers, people that have confirmed that this is happening. Not just that this is happening, but one did an interview. A few of them have done an interview with me and listened to my story and confirmed my story. Wrote me personal affidavits for my court case, all which I requested in court that they be documented as part of the permanent record. So, anyway, I was told by the judge that I would not be demanded to take a psychological evaluation. It would be up to the probation officer to recommend if I be evaluated or not. And I thought to myself at that time, that's odd. Are probation officers trained in psychology? How would they be able to make that decision? So I signed the plea deal. Started going to these probation meetings. I guess I was just ignorant. And I thought that there would be, I'd just go through probation, no big deal. And each meeting that I go to, I'm told that I have to do something new. So during one of those meetings, I'm told by the probation officer, it says here in your paperwork, you are court ordered to undergo a psychological evaluation. I was like, wait, that's not what the judge told me. He said, yeah, you have to do this. And not only do you have to do this, you have to have this done before you move, before we even process your request to move out of the state. because they want to know if a crazy person is moving here or not. And if they deem you delusional or schizophrenic, probably won't accept the request. So I think most of us that have gone through this whole process know what the outcome of that would be. So I've called the psychological evaluator, which is court ordered. I have no choice. Set up the appointment. Apparently these people are really busy, and they couldn't get me in for like 2 months. So I set my appointment up and realized I'm going to be here a lot longer than be. Even though I didn't want to take my daughter out of the school that she's in, you know, we've moved around a lot, and you know, she didn't really want to move. She was fine with it because she's a good kid, and she was being strong. But I realized that if I go ahead and go through with this request, and they approve my transfer to West Virginia in November or December of this year, it's going to be ice cold when I get to West Virginia. It's going to be frozen. And I have to work on my piece of property. I have to work on the mobile home that's there. Do some updates, some upgrades to make it livable. And that wouldn't be possible. I'd have to wait till like spring. So that pretty much made this impossible for me to go anywhere. Oh, and they also told me that the house needs to be livable in order for them to approve the process. So the probation officer in West Virginia goes out to the property, they view the property, and if, in their opinion, it is not a livable structure, they won't approve that request either. So there's all kinds of cards stacked against me, this whole move. I could easily do it. It's no problem if I had, you know, if I could operate under my own free will. But I'm tied down, and the timing is just not going to work out. So I realized, you know what, it looks like I'm going to be stuck here in Arizona. Targeting doesn't end when you move out of state anyway. It could get worse, get better, who knows, it's a crapshoot. Never even been there in my life. I've lived all over the United States, so it doesn't really matter. I can live anywhere. I can adapt and overcome to pretty much any situation. But it was really going to throw a wrench in our life, even more so than what's already been done. So I just decided, well, I guess I'm staying in Arizona. I'm not going to be going anywhere. I'm not going to give them my $300. I'll just have to work twice as hard and make sure that I can take care of myself and my family. So here I am, been up early every day, going to bed late, putting extra hours in, ignoring all the nonsense that's going on. Vehicle being damaged. The trailer I bought to move all my stuff, been using that to do some deliveries for some different companies, just to make it. They messed with the brakes on it, or the hub on the wheel, something. I haven't figured it out yet, but just been doing what I can, pushing through. And I'm gonna be here, I guess, for you know, if we're gonna stay here this year, might as well let my daughter go ahead and finish high school at the same school with her friends, and just see how it works out. So think my YouTube channel was remonetized. YouTube has actually been working with me and messaging me. Asking me some different questions and putting an effort into helping me get that remonetized so I can make some money. Which after 450 videos on YouTube, I get a couple thousand views a day now on that channel, which would be, you know, a little extra income. And then if I continue doing videos, continue doing some research and updating, and even do some other type of videos, like taking homeless people to lunch, stuff like that, having conversations with them, you know, that's interesting to people. They'd watch, and that's something I can do to help people out and get views on my YouTube channel. You know, just come up with different ideas. Excuse me. Sorry, I know some people are sensitized to that, but really I've been sick for, I don't know, 3 days now. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I haven't been doing any interviews with anyone. Well, I just did the interview a couple weeks ago with John B. Wells on Caravan to Midnight, and that interview lasted 3 hours and 40 minutes, and I didn't even get to tell 1% of my story, really. And when I listened to it, the first hour and a half, it just sounded like, you know, somebody that's had some bad luck with women, you know, same thing that's happened with a lot of guys, or a lot of relationships, either way, whether it's been the man or the woman going through the crappy side of it, pretty much. And it's tough to, when you're explaining this, to remember, not to remember, but to explain in a all the things that have happened to you over time with all of the specific details in order. You know, you kind of jump back and forth. So I need to go back and do another interview or go over that, narrate some of it, but I don't know. Who has 3 hours and 40 minutes to listen to somebody talk about their life? You know, a lot of YouTube videos are 20, 30 minutes long, and people that's about all they have time to watch. So that's one of the things I've realized, well, I've known for a while, that's so tough about explaining long-term targeting to people, is people just don't have the time. They're out working, you know, up early, bed late, getting kids to school, you know, taking care of family. They don't have time to research, you know, people's entire lives. So I'll keep trying, keep doing the best I can to explain this to people and advocate. And my targeting hasn't been as bad lately. I'm still getting hit with some tech weapons. The gang stalking has been very minimal. Very, very minimal. Compared to how it was a couple years ago. That, and I deal with it a lot better than I used to. I know how their game operates. I know how to not get triggered even after a pretty intense street theater skit that lasts a day and a half, which actually I went through recently, over last weekend. I just don't react. I just think about the experience and what these people are teaching me. And I pray for them. Meditate. Can't believe I'm doing that. But my girlfriend, I'm officially calling her my girlfriend now. Some people are, not that I care, but some people are probably really angry with me that tried to give me advice, tell me, don't go out with this girl, she's this and that. But then, people say something negative about everyone, especially if they are threatened by them or they don't understand exactly what that person's going through. Yeah, they told me, they advised me not to, and I was like, I don't like that advice. I'm gonna go meet this girl, and now next thing you know, we're dating, and I like her a lot. So, let's see, where was I going with that? Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. Like I said, I'm really tired, sick. What's some news? Oh, I don't know if any of you folks have been following the news about the college professor in Mesa that was fired for showing his class the QAnon Plan to Save the World video. He showed his freshman class, his English class, the QAnon video that I have on my website. If you go to my website, barden.us, barrdin.us, and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, there's one page on my website. I have maximum 10 videos on there, if that. Go ahead, buddy, get over. It's featured on the front page of my website, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that video other than Joe M exposing the truth. Well, that guy showed his class his video, and he was fired almost immediately. And they've been writing newspaper articles about him. The Washington Post is contacting this guy. Yeah, several news articles have been written about him. National publications, not just the local newspapers. And it's getting some attention. And it struck a nerve with me. Probably because I've been attacked for speaking the truth too. And I just thought, you know what? This poor guy, all he's trying to do is educate, give some kids in college a real education, and let them make objective decisions, provide them with some information, let them make objective decisions, and enlighten them, red pill them, wake them up, because that's really what needs to happen. College kids are, they're preparing to be the leaders of our communities, our society, here in the real near future. And that's who a lot of this information needs to get to. It needs to get to everyone, but it's really important that college kids learn this. And the deep state or cabal, whatever you want to call them, the bad guys, criminals, know how the ripple effect works, and they've really been going after this guy. So I reached out to him. I messaged him on Twitter, and I just wanted to. He just seems like such a nice guy. Well, I guess I can back up. He seemed like a nice guy, and I just thought, you know what, this guy could probably use a little help in being proactive if he's going to get targeted. Because what he's doing is a big deal. He thinks it's not too big of a deal. He was just trying to educate his kids. But what he did was pretty heroic, actually, by enlightening them. So I reached out to him and I just said, hey man, I just wanted to offer my help. If there's anything that I can do to help you understand what the possibilities are in being targeted, the power and the reach that these people have, and the tactics and procedures that they can use to target you, It's all encompassing, depending on how you get targeted, who you get targeted by. Uh, and I just said, hey, you know, I'd be happy to drive out to Mesa. We can go to lunch. I could sit down with you and talk about some things. And he responded to me, and we started messaging back and forth on Twitter a little bit. And I sent him my phone number, told him, give me a call anytime. Within, I think 10 minutes, he called me, and we ended up having a conversation on the phone tonight. Mr. Douglas Belmore. It's, Douglas, Douglas I don't know if there's two L's, Belmore. He's on Twitter. Look him up, or go to Joe M's page. He's tweeted about him recently. Joe M's Twitter account. He's backing him up too. But yeah, he called me, and we spent, I don't know, I think around an hour. I don't know, could have been 45 minutes, hour, 15 minutes, something like that. Around an hour, I don't know. He's the nicest guy you could ever meet. He, right away, at the beginning of our phone call, he wanted to let me know he was a Christian. That was important to him. And I told him, well, man, I believe in God. I think I'm more spiritual. I don't know if I can call myself a Christian because I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that. But I'm also spiritual. And, that didn't change anything in our conversation. And we just hit it off. We had a good conversation. And we started talking like we'd known each other for 20 years. And the only reason I stopped the conversation is because Desiree was making dinner, and dinner was ready. It was time to eat. So I gave him as much information as I could as far as targeting goes without trying to freak the guy out, because a lot of this stuff can be pretty scary. And he took it really well. But what he was describing to me, that what he's been through over the last years, about maybe decade, the guy's a targeted individual. He explained over and over and over standard things that targeted individuals report on a daily basis. It was standard operating procedure from beginning to end. What he was explaining to me, he had no idea that he had been targeted, and he's probably targeted through some of the same systems that we are. And it wasn't too shocking to me, because this is such a rampant thing. A federal judge has just ruled that our terrorist watch list is unconstitutional, and there are over 1 million people on that watch list. A bunch of us are just average, everyday American citizens that spoke about truth, or were empowered individuals, or just ran across the wrong people, whatever the scenario is. But targeted individuals, I know it's tough. It's tough. I almost hate saying this and putting it out there that Mr. Belmore, I'm pretty damn sure, is a targeted individual, unless it's a complete anomaly. But there were like 20 different things that the poor guy told me that lined up perfectly with what I've gone through, with what a lot of other targeted individuals have gone through that I know. And it was just spot on, their tactics. A lot of stuff with plausible deniability, which is how they operate. There's always a backstory. There's always a plan B, an alternate explanation of why these things happen, but it just matched up perfectly with what a TI goes through. So reach out to him on Twitter. I gave him a couple YouTube channels to check out just to start out with. I gave him, even though these two people are not the best of friends, I gave him Ella Free's YouTube channel, and I gave him Romola D's YouTube channel. And I even told him, I said, "There's some infighting in the community. Not everyone gets along." And he already knew how it works. That they infiltrate communities, and there will be different things that happen where they try to separate people. So, but I gave him those two channels. I said, just stay objective. You know, listen to the information. Listen to the guests on the show. Uh, get some of your information from those people, and that will help you be prepared and help protect you against some of these attacks. So I'm really glad I reached out to him. We had a good conversation. I really like the guy, and I think I started a new friendship. So I plan to talk to him on the phone more and hopefully meet him in person. Whether he comes out here to Avondale or I head out to Mesa, we can meet up, maybe do a video. I can interview him. And yeah. So that happened today. That was definitely a positive for today. Um, oh man, I don't know what else to update everybody with here. All right, I think that's it right now. This has been 30 minutes. I've been trying to keep these videos shorter. I haven't been on here much lately, like I said, been just working a lot. So, and I just got home. I backed into my garage. Let's see, maybe here, I'll go through some of these comments real quick. If I miss yours, I apologize. I'll sorry, this gets kind of noisy when I do this. There's a lot of people saying hi. Okay, Alan Reynolds asked if I was all finished with the courts for now. No, nope. Explained a little bit of that. Oh, you said you were watching me and Nappy Head Roots right now. I haven't talked to Nappy lately, or messaged back and forth with him at all. Uh, I hope that guy's doing okay. Chrissy Loeb says, "What's up? I had a nice probation officer. She told me to get the hell out of town because I was being targeted." Wow. You know, there are good cops. I've said it even through this, what these guys here put me through. Every large group has good guys, bad guys, and the people stuck in the middle that don't know what the bigger picture is. And even some of the good ones are lied to. They're given bad intel. You know, I've always said, you know, if I didn't know this was going on, I was approached by some kind of intel agent, and they said, "Hey, we've got a terrorist in the neighborhood. We need you to help with this program. We need you to do these certain things." And it was, you know, it wasn't stalking or harassing. If it was just like helping keep an eye on somebody, I probably would have done it uh, to help, you know, to help my community, help my neighborhood. So there's good people that are involved in some of these programs that don't know. It's about compartmentalization. They wouldn't be able to pull this off. Whoa, light turned off. They wouldn't be able to pull this off if everybody knew how sinister it was. let's see. I think I skipped a few. I'm sorry. I'm really tired. I need to go and go to bed. Uh, Vivian Sanchez said the Patriot Act is supposed to end soon, and they are ramping up uh, Taliban jargon in order to keep it funded. Demand that they end Patriot Act. Uh, Somebody saying Q is a psyop. I don't know. I still don't think so. Although one person, they have not indicted one person yet. Damn it! I keep pushing this button here. So it's like in the military, they used to tell us hurry up and wait, and I think this is such a fragile thing that it's just taking forever. But there's things happening. People are being arrested all over the place for trafficking. Let's see. Rachel Barnes says, Mike, you're Air Force, so you're bona fide. You know, as much as I would like to say, yeah, I am, there are some terrible people that have made it into the military. Some of them are in the Air Force, some are in the Army, some Marine Corps, in the Marine Corps, Navy. General Hayden is an example of one of the terrible people that was in the Air Force. He was the head of the NSA. He scrapped Bill Binney's thin thread program to install this gang stalking type program. And not everybody in the military is a good guy. Some bad people realize you can hide behind a uniform. So I think the reason I'm bona fide is because I have proven over 3 years with 450 videos and all these different interviews and evidence of what I'm going through. That should speak for me, not the uniform that I wore, because that was me doing my job. I did that the best I could, but that did not prepare me. Well, yeah, some of it prepared me for what I had to go through, but it doesn't make me completely who I am. It's a part of me still. Uh, but I've done all of this research and documentation and journalism over the last 3 years while I was out of the Air Force. All right, I'm gonna have to skip through some of these. I'm really fading out here. I apologize, but I appreciate the people that are here. Apologize for not being on here lately. I've kind of made it my own mission to continue documenting this and basically just showing people what it's like going through this process and explaining the processes that I'm going through so they can hopefully use some of that information just in case they end up going through some of the same stuff. You know, they can say, oh, I've seen this happen before. I know what to do in this situation. Mike went through it. Uh, I'm not going to go through all of this for nothing. Some positive is going to come out of it. And if I can help somebody else go through this, that's, why I was put into this situation. It's the way I'm going to look at it. Stay positive. Uh, Modern Machiavelli says if Q is fake, then why would they even bring Epstein to light? Why not just be silent about the whole issue? That's a very good point. And why would they fire a college professor for showing the Q video to his students? I mean, there was a college professor that. Okay, I think I'm done reading the comments. I'm really sorry. Um, I'll just end on this. I'll end on this little bit of logic. Think about this. A college professor was teaching his kids that pedophilia is sexual is a sexual orientation. In their notes, they're telling college students that pedophilia is a sexual orientation. That's impossible because children cannot decide if they want to engage in that act. It's illegal. So what that's called is rape. That college professor was not fired. They were not reprimanded. News articles were not written about them. It just had to get shared on Twitter and social media, and it's trying to be buried. Well, this guy, all he did was show them a video that's been viewed by millions of people. They fire him, start writing articles, they're stalking him and harassing him. What are they so afraid of? So I still believe that Q is the truth, and if I'm wrong, we're all screwed. Uh, but I'll I'll admit it when I'm wrong. I admit when I'm wrong. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for showing up. I'll try to make more videos here as much as I can. Have a good night. Wait, I almost ended this moment of truth. It says, it's just that nothing Q has said has happened ever. You clearly do not follow QAnon or you don't read the post because almost everything that they have said has come to light. So that's a pretty ignorant statement. And I don't mean you're stupid. It's just ignorant. You don't have the information. You're not really paying attention, listening to the Q drops, listening to people like Praying Medic, Dustin Nebos. Um, oh, like the big takedowns. Okay, yeah, it's taking a while. It's in steps. This is the largest overhaul of our government in U.S. history, literally, and this is one of the most history-changing events in 1,000 years. This is worldwide. This is not just the United States. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna keep going off on a tangent. So, think what you want about Q. Do your own research. Be objective. If you really follow and you pay attention and put some time and effort into, which is tough to do sometimes because people are busy. But if you really do your homework, yeah, check it out. Check it out. Check out Praying Medic. Go back and listen to some of the old videos that he's done. Uh, yeah, thank you for being objective. All right, I do this every time. I say, okay, I'm done with this video like 10 times, and then I'm still talking. So I really got to go. Everybody have a great night, and I hope you're all doing well. Stay strong, and be hopeful. Stay positive. Keep your energy high. Good night.